All right, shalom, shalom, Israel. How everybody doing today? Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom. All right, we're getting close out here. We're getting close. We're getting close. We're getting very close. Give me a second. There's just 15, and I believe it's like you know 12 or 11. Hey, everybody, like, subscribe, share, comment. Give us your comments on these Sabbath classes, man. If you like them, if you don't like them, you know what I'm saying? What could be done better? Hit us in the inbox on that one, man. Don't be a total creep. All right. Be respectful to your brothers, you know. But you should be able to admonish your brothers, but do it in an orderly fashion. You know. Mm-hmm. Find me that sedition precept. You know what I'm talking about?
You got it.
Kind of. Okay, kind of. Read that for me. Where we at?
2nd Ezra 15 and 16.
Come on, read that.
For there shall be sedition among...
Matter of fact, start at 13. Because this is going to go into a lot of Exodus, what we're about to read anyways. Go ahead.
They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail, through the blasting and hail, and with a federal consolation.
A fearful consolation. Now, this happened in Egypt. What we're about to read right now, the same thing happened in Egypt. At the time of the Exodus, the Most High plagued because Pharaoh wouldn't let the people go. So this goes in with Exodus. Right now, we're about to watch. It's going to trip you out. Because Moses, the Most High kept sending Moses up there, right? Now, if the Most High keeps sending Moses up there, who all did he give the spirit of Moses after Exodus?
Joshua?
Before Joshua.
Aaron.
No. That was before. In the middle. You got Moses and Aaron, then you got Joshua. In the middle. Who did he give the spirit of Moses? Who did he give the spirit of Moses?
Eleazar?
No, he gave the prophets and them, the elders and everybody that was there. Remember, he said, get all the elders together and give them he's going to share the spirit because Moses was having a problem.
Oh, yeah, when he said that, go talk to him, he got together with the elders.
Yeah, and the Most High gave them the spirit. Now, they were able to go around prophesying, helping, and doing the work of Moses, right? So what is the Most High doing? We said it last night. He's sending us out with the same spirit. And we telling America that they about to get put to death because what they doing to us, right? All this stuff right here in 2nd Ezra is the same thing that happened in Exodus. Same thing before the Exodus. The famine, the sedition, all that stuff that's about to happen, that happened then in Exodus, about to happen again. Pray and watch. Keep reading.
For verse 15. Verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein.
Mm-hmm.
For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh.
Give me Revelations 12 and 12. Go ahead.
And one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands.
Hold on real quick. Read that real quick as soon as you get it. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Read that.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 12.
Uh-huh.
Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them.
Uh-huh.
Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time.
Because he know that he have but a short time. Read, start at 14 and go down.
Woe to the world
Mm-hmm.
and them that dwell therein.
Uh-huh.
For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh.
For the sword and their destruction. The sword is Esau. That's the devil. He knows he has but a short time. Oh, they about to ramp this up. Go ahead.
And one people shall stand up to fight against another,
Mm-hmm.
and swords in their hands.
Right.
For there shall be sedition among men,
Mm-hmm.
and
Sedition among men.
and invading one another.
And in what?
Invading one another.
That's next. Sedition among men and invading one another. Those that didn't prepare and didn't take the last sign that the Most High gave them with the food and everything else, madmen. They're going to be spoiling everybody's houses, bro. Now, a lot of people is taking it serious. They're not taking it serious. They're not. And Esau's coming, not just the cops, all the Esau going to come down. They know they have a short time. All they do is hear us out here, and they be doing videos online. I know y'all be saying Esau be recognizing who the children of Israel is. Huh?
Yeah.
They all know it. You got the Hamites in the window talking about the Israel. He thought I was out there with him.
Yeah.
Hey, the soldier first class thought I was out there with him. All night they was calling themselves Israelites.
Talking about people. I was about to step out like, man, what the hell is Mordecai doing out there? I was about to go out like, hey, trying to sleep, damn it.
They know. They know. It's about to pop off in a serious way, man. If you ain't got something to protect yourself in these last days, man, it's gonna get crazy. Women gonna be getting raped. Young women gonna be getting raped. Little boys, especially. Little boys is a high commodity to white people. White men love little boys. That's just what they do. They love little boys. And if they fathers didn't do nothing about it and go and help them out, it's crazy. Exodus 20:5. Give me that real quick. It's about to pop off, man. And everybody got to be prepared, man. Hey, let's see something real quick. Find that. I'm going to find this one.
25.
Yeah.
Right,
go ahead, read it.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 5.
Uh-huh.
Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them,
Mm-hmm.
or serve them. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God,
Mm-hmm.
visiting the iniquities of the fathers upon the children.
Visiting the iniquities of the fathers upon the children. Right? Keep reading.
Unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me.
Mm-hmm. He's going to visit these children. And I'm not trying to be in wrath way. If the children ain't listening, they're going to be in wrath way, man. And that's just the bottom of it. It just has to be that way. I didn't make it that way. We all didn't make it that way. The Most High made it that way. And some children are just innocent. The Most High just not going to touch them. They just, they the 12-hour babies that make it. You know what I'm saying? They coming in sliding in there, you know what I'm saying, doing the electric slide. The Most High, I want him. And he made it into the kingdom. He about to be a king in a kingdom. That's just the way the Most High made it. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people ain't going to show themselves worthy in these last days. Lord willing, we all show ourselves worthy in these last days. It's just going to happen. I'm trying to find something real quick. Bear with me, if you will. Okay, this is Romans chapter 8 and verse 34. Who is he that condemneth? It is Christ that died. Yea, rather that is risen again, who is even at the right hand of God, who is also maketh intercessions for us. Who shall separate us from the love of Christ? Shall tribulation, or distress, or persecution, or famine, or nakedness, or peril, or sword? Which one of those is going to separate everybody in these last days right there? Right there. Those things are going to separate people in the last days. You got to be in the spirit. And he showed you. The Most High gave you a prime example on how to make it in these last days. Who knows the example of the brother that gave us an example on how to make it in these last days? Who knows?
Joseph.
Bam. Where can we go to find that? Find it. If you can, where can we go to find that? And you know that because we just got done talking about it a couple of days. I knew you were going to try to get a hold of it. We just finished talking about it. I think it's first Maccabees or second Maccabees. Well, I just checked second because I thought it was. I got it. Second Maccabees, first Maccabees chapter 2, verse 53. Joseph, in time of his distress, kept the commandments and was made Lord of Egypt. In a time of his distress. So when you went over there to Paul, is it going to be distress? Hey, y'all may think you know what distress means, but if you don't look up distress and look up some examples on YouTube, you always try to look up some examples. All right, type in examples of distress, somebody in distress. You know what I'm saying? And distress, man. Let me see. Nah, I don't want to go to that video. Y'all just do that yourself, man. Matter of fact, I ain't gonna do that. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Give me a. Okay. We're going to watch this little video real quick, y'all.
Turn the sound on.
What's up?
Turn the sound on.
Yeah, I haven't did it yet. I'm about to do it now. Do all that. But I do remember that, though. I'm doing new stuff over here. All right, y'all. So I'm about to show y'all this little video. You know, I haven't seen it before, but I just looked it up, through the spirit. I'm going through the spirit right now. Just showing y'all an example of someone in distress. Okay?
He isn't playing anything yet.
Well, he should hear my voice right now. Can you hear my voice? Well, let's see. All right, y'all. So I'm about to show y'all this little video. In a world without goals, we might have been heroes. This is not what I want to show. So, slack, y'all. I'll find another video. I just want to give y'all an example of distress. A man in distress. And you can kind of tell from the what's going on right here in the picture. Look at men damsel as distress. But I don't want to go to that. That was a bad example, y'all. Slack on that. I'm gonna find something. Let's do this real quick. Let's look up the meaning real quick. Distress, extreme anxiety, sorrow, or pain. Anguish, suffering, pain, agony, affliction, torment. All right. So extreme anxiety. Let's see. Get that out the way.
Were you able to hear the video? Were you able to hear the video?
Extreme anxiety. So,
Yeah.
No, the video that you played on the computer.
Yeah, sure.
Were you able to hear the video though? Were you able to hear it?
were you able to hear the video I was playing?
Yeah. I don't know if it was from that noise or from there or from here. To be honest, but I heard it.
Panic attacks can be a symptom of many psychiatric disorders, and themselves are not a codable disorder. In fact, panic attacks are a possible specifier for several anxiety disorders, as well as other disorders, such as depressive disorders or post-traumatic stress disorder. This means that the clinician can indicate or specify
Y'all can quite
panic
get the
attacks
idea
are
right
an
now,
additional
right?
feature of a patient's illness. Biologically, panic attacks represent an acute manifestation of fear. This means that clinicians may develop a greater understanding of all anxiety disorders by first exploring the symptoms of panic attacks. DSM-5 defines a panic attack as an abrupt surge of intense fear or intense discomfort that reaches its peak within minutes. For the full criteria of a panic attack to be met, 4 of the following symptoms must be present: palpitations, pounding heart or accelerated heart rate, sweating, trembling or shaking, sensations of shortness of breath or smothering, feelings of choking, chest pain or discomfort, nausea or abdominal distress, feeling dizzy, unsteady, lightheaded or faint, chills or heat sensation, paresthesias or numbness or tingling sensations, derealization or feelings of unreality, or depersonalization, being detached from oneself, fear of losing control or going crazy, and fear of dying. Many of these symptoms are physical and can feel like a physical disorder, such as a heart attack or stroke. Patients often report feelings of impending doom and should be reassured that no one has ever died from a panic attack. Panic attacks are quite prevalent. It is estimated that 30% of all adults have experienced at least one panic attack, and that the 12-month prevalence is 11.2%. A panic attack can sometimes be caused by a specific situation, although more commonly
This
attacks
is
come out of
anxiety
the blue.
disorder, you guys. This is an anxiety disorder. And it has a lot to do with distress. Person in distress. You're going to see these in these last days. Pay attention to this, man.
For example, an individual with specific phobia, a disorder which we'll explore later in this program, may experience a panic attack when facing their specific fear. The panic attacks may be deemed expected if there is an obvious cue or trigger. If not, they are considered unexpected and can seem to happen at random. They can even happen at night, with an individual awakening in a state of panic. This is known as nocturnal panic disorder. Panic attacks can sometimes be an isolated incident, occurring only once in an individual's lifetime. If this is the case, the patient may not have a diagnosable mental disorder if there are no associated symptoms. If these attacks happen on a recurring yet unexpected basis,
Okay, I gave y'all enough. Oh, shit. Wipe that. So, let me get back to the page real quick. Cool. So now y'all have an example of distress, anxiety attacks, right? So let me go back over here just to solidify what I'm talking about.
You want this precept anymore?
Yeah, I still want you to stay there. This is Romans chapter 8 and verse 35. Who shall separate us from the love of Christ? Shall tribulation or distress or persecution or famine or nakedness or peril or sword? Give me peril. Perill. Give me that. Look that up for me. All right. Persecution. Persecution come in many ways, especially in these last days. What's going to happen? Family going to call. You should be over here with us. A lot of brothers going to have to worry about that. Family going to go extra hard in that day. Family going to go extra hard in that day. They're going to go extra hard with Israelites in that day, boy. They're going to be.
I got it.
Read that Bible, Kasha.
The definition of peril.
Peril. Salakia.
Serious and immediate danger. Danger, jeopardy, risk, hazard, insecurity, uncertainty, menace, threat, pitiful, problem,
man.
Safety, security.
Peril. That's that serious and immediate danger. Oh, I'm not an Israelite. Will that separate you? Do you think just because you give up your rights as an Israelite in that day that you're not going to die? That's dumb. You're going to die. What can you do? Nothing. You just renounced your throne because of fear, of peril. It's faith. That has a lot to do with faith, though. It's like, do you really believe in what you're teaching? Do you really believe in what you're doing? If you don't believe, and this is just some fad for you, it's a lot of brothers, it's a fad to them, especially in Israel. It's a fad to them. They just want to be seen.
What's a fad?
A fad is like, like a certain style, like it's a, look it up. Just for the edification of the people. It's just like people follow fads, like following the Joneses and some, everybody else is doing this, so I'm doing it too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's a fad. Yeah, I want to do. I want to, when I first started this, I wanted to be on top too, teaching the Most High's word. I wanted to be on top. And then when I started being by myself, it was like, nah, man, I started seeing some things like, man, you know what? Y'all need the milk. Y'all crazy as hell. Everybody out here just slanging meat around here. You know what I'm saying? It's just a big meat fest out here. Brothers just slanging meat. Brothers just want to go straight to the meat. That was the thing. They felt if they were slanging the meat around here, that they get all these followers, all these people. Brothers sounding real deep, but not with the milk. Read that Bible.
Definition of a fad: an intense and widely shared enthusiasm for something, especially one that is short-lived and without basis in the object qualities it craves. Craze, vogue, trend, fashion, mode, enthusiasm, passion.
So your fad is a trend. I was talking to a brother on the phone, no names, and I think the second paragraph he uttered out of his mouth was like, "Hey man, I be telling brothers that this is real work." You know what I'm saying? I didn't even say nothing about it. He just wanted to say it. He said, "Man, this is real work. This ain't no game." So you can't come here just for the exposure and all that stuff, and because they see it. They see a lot of brothers getting into this truth and being a part of their camp just to be seen.
It's like growing up, I used to see a lot of guys that rep a clique or bang in the hood, and when the real gangsters came and checked them, they would just stay quiet.
Yeah,
It's quiet time, and that's how I see some of these brothers that be doing that. They're gonna be when stuff gets crazy.
bro, it's just fear. That day you're gonna have to really check your nuts. I told you, it's just fear. And the lady said the anxiety is just fear of you dying. Yes, you dying. It's just fear. But you don't have to get a little mad though. You're gonna have to, you know what I'm saying? It's crunch time. That's all it is. It's crunch time. A playtime is done. Playtime should be done already. Playtime is done. People can see that, hey, they really ain't messing with us like that. We on the corners, giving them business. But the more we give them the business, the more they want to kill us. And they just plotting on us. Plotting and scheming. We can't wait to get you, mother. They can't wait to get us, man. We got next door neighbors that hate us. And them next door neighbors is waiting for us to just die. You know why? Because, like I said before, our truth contradicts their way of living. Our truth contradicts their way of living. That's it. And it's not our truth. It's the truth of the Bible. And they keep saying, we said it. No, we didn't say it, you dumb idiot. We're reading and we're telling it to you. So how is it that it's our words now? It's okay. The Most High's truth contradicts your way of living. And they don't like it. They don't like it. You know why? Because when they were young, they were supposed to live that way. And they feel just because now they're not living that way, it's impossible for them to repent. That's how they feel.
Yeah.
It's impossible for me to turn back. God don't want me. I did all this stuff. Nah. He
So
don't
they be
want me.
like, whoa, so I gotta live in fear every day of my life?
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You better fear the Most High. Hey, to mess up, but then it's like it's not fear anymore after a while.
No,
It's like a normal thing. It's like,
if you get to know him, you know what's up, you know what to do.
mm-hmm.
You know what he likes and what he doesn't like.
It's like he relaxes the ass whipping on you for a little bit.
It's just like when your parents, you know what you're supposed to do good, so they're happy with you, and what you're not supposed to do, so they don't get mad with you. It's the same thing for the Bible. Same thing right here with the laws. Hey, you do this, you follow this law, from this world, hey, you do good. If you don't, you go do jail time. Same thing. But make it seem like it's hard.
Find that in Psalms, the Most High don't he don't correct you for every damn thing, man. That's what people think. Most High gonna kill you for every damn thing you do wrong. He doesn't do that, man. Hey, I know he be sitting in his chair like, man, this motherfucker crazy. He think I'm about to kill him. He's slow to anger. Yeah, man.
But they don't understand it.
He's not finna kill you for everything you do wrong, man. It's not finna do all that, man.
And they're like, oh, what I heard this, and it's like, have you read it? Have you read it? That's the thing. Have you read the Bible? Not what other people are saying.
Yep.
Or what you heard is what you read.
Hey, man, they don't have time. They don't have enough time to read to them. You know, they rather sit down in front of the TV.
Yeah,
that TV got them.
They do their 9 to 5 job, and then after that, they go watch TV.
There we go. I'm gonna go to this because here David's talking about the curse as well. Hey, man, Most High ain't finna. Most High ain't finna do. Man, I'm gonna find that precept later and I'll bring it up. But at the same time, let's get to these prayers. You know, I've been talking for the past 30 minutes and bringing that stuff. But these last days is going to be crucial. And what I'm saying now goes into the lesson that we're going through the Spirit. You know, I didn't plan on bringing these precepts out. Just through the Spirit, the Most High wanted you to notice things and the things that are about to go on and how to get out of that fear and that anxiety and that distress in these last days and that perilous times. That fear, you're going to die any damn ways. Not going to say everybody is, you know, who the Most High want to live, but, you know, that fear. I remember, man, when it was just fireworks, man. I ain't going to lie, bro. I was shook for a little bit. My leg went numb. My whole left leg went numb. I was like, oh, shit is happening. And then I kind of shook it off. And it for like 3 days.
That's about January 1st?
Nah, I don't know when. I don't know the date. You know, it was like, damn, shit popping off. And then another time it happened, and it wasn't really of a, you know, it was like whatever. You know what I'm saying? Stuff. It was like fireworks going. It was last year. It was last year's. About like July 4th, before July 4th. But when July 4th, like before July 4th came, you know what I'm saying? People was already hitting fireworks. And I was like, oh, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? It's about to go down. And then July 4th came around and throughout the year. And like, we be hearing like pops and fire shots. And
I ain't going to lie. It's a lot. I was doing that. When I was over here with my wife, we were just hearing those gunshots and fireworks. And I was like, oh, hell no.
You should,
yeah. But after a while, like, oh, those are fireworks. And then I'm like, oh, those are good.
That's the time in Israel. A lot of brothers was shook. A lot of brothers was shook, man. It was like, oh, it's happening. It's happening. It's happening, man. It's about to go down. You know what I'm saying? And it just happened that way, man. And now it's just like, okay. You know, hey, like that's why you can't exalt yourself, man. A lot of brothers exalt themselves in the truth. Like in them days, man, fuck them. You know what I'm saying? Hey, don't exalt yourself like Peter did. When Peter exalted himself and he told you how he shot, man, ain't nobody gonna touch it. He's like, get behind thee, Satan. Why? Because he was exalting himself, trying to tell Christ none of this stuff is gonna happen. If his father said, if it be the will of the Father, who are you gonna change it? You gonna stop Yahushua from dying? The Father already said he's gonna die. And then if we hit part of Yahushua, aren't we gonna get the same treatment? We're getting the same treatment. Lord, whether we work that hard that we make it to the chariots and we don't have to die, I would like that. I've been working my ass off to make that. But then, man, you know, you just don't want to exalt yourself in any situations like that, man. You just do what you got to do. That's it. In these times, all we do is have is each other. We work together with each other. One of us get taken. Hey, who knows who's going to step up and be like, just me. Take me. Who knows? Most I may not put you in that predicament. You know, just do what you got to do in those days, man. And stick together. That's it. That's all you can do. And Lord willing, the Most High Well, he ain't gonna never take the angels from around you. You know what I'm saying? They got to do their job, and you know, they separated our grandfather Jacob's leg. You know, do a wrestling match. What more are we? What more are we? If we're gonna fight the angels, don't think so. You know, hey, pray and fast, man. Hey, me and my brothers over here, we pray and fast, man. We pray and we fast all the time. Pray and fast, pray and fast, pray and fast, fast and pray and fast, man. That you don't want to see the Most High's wrath. No. It's not that you don't want to see the Most High's wrath. You just don't want to see the Most High's wrath happen to you. That's it. You know, you're gonna have to look out the window, walk around an apartment. We're gonna be crawling around an apartment. We're gonna be crawling. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be crawling around like a little army crawling and shit. They said, nah, pass me the phone on the floor. Nah, man, we can't do that, bro. You gotta just get up and walk, man. That's it. And it really helped me out because, man, I was like, it happened one day. I just walked to the door, man. It's like walked outside and walked around. You know, it was just the Most High testing me. I just walked outside, walked around. I'm not gonna stay behind closed doors, man. You know, I might have to protect the gates so people won't be coming into the gates. Just like that, you know. But you know, that'll just be the conversation of the elders. What we gonna do in that day? And, you know, some elders be like, man, hey, protect your apartments. You know what I'm saying? So people won't be coming in. And you know who we gonna have to drag out of here, right? And next door, not next door, but the faggot that's over there. But
You ever seen him? Huh?
oh yeah, faggot.
He doesn't
faggot.
really come outside.
He stays in the closet.
He's
No,
well, it's a he, but wants to be a she.
I don't even see the grandma come outside. I don't think I've ever seen her in the 7 years I've been here. Real ish. 7 years I've been here, I've never seen that woman. Have you? We've been here for 7 years.
Right here?
No, downstairs.
Oh, okay.
You know, you got under the steps and you got before under the steps. It's the one before under the steps. In 7 years I've been here, I ain't never seen that woman.
Only see the ones right here.
I've never seen her. No, well, her grandson, the faggot, is Hispanic. So I guess she is. No, you got one that's like directly under the stairs, and you got a door that's before the one that's directly under the stairs. It's the door before the one directly under the stairs. And he's just, you know, like, okay, never seen a woman before. I don't even, she could walk past me in the store. I don't know who she is. And they've been here longer than I have. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I ain't never seen a woman before. I ain't never seen her. But let's get these prayers in. Let's get the class. Amadium toward Jerusalem. Give me my pillow, please. Is it not the same spot? Is it not the same spot? You behind the come behind me. All right. Shoes off. All right. Think you got the album now yet? Not to get that, bro. We got books here. Got 2 weeks. 2 weeks. You should pick it up already. I'm gonna read it so I can get it, so I can enunciate it to the fullest. I like the enunciation part about it, you know what I'm saying? Puts a knock to shame. Ready? All right. Abanawa,
Abanawa,
Shabbat Shemayim,
Shabbat Shemayim,
Kodash,
Kodash,
Hayah,
Hayah,
Shemka,
Shemka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Malath Wakah,
Malathaka,
Taba'ah,
Taba'ah,
Ratazaka,
Ratazaka,
Ayah,
Ayah,
Aisha,
Asha,
Baratazah,
Baratazah,
Kahaya,
Kahaya,
Bashemayim,
Bashemayim,
Nathanyanawa,
Nathanael,
Lakham,
Lakham,
Kalyawam,
Kalimon,
Wasalakinawa,
Wasalakinaw,
Kabawatinawa,
Kabawatinaw,
Kasalakinawa,
Kasalakinaw,
Kabawatinaw,
Kabawatinaw,
Wala'ah,
Wala'ah,
Tabiyanawa,
Tabiyanaw,
Ben Sayawam,
Ben Sayawam,
Abol,
Abol,
Hawashayanawa,
Hawashayanawa,
Munra,
Munra,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Laka,
Laka,
Hamalakwa,
Hamalakwa,
Wa'ala,
Wa'ala,
Wataparath,
Taparada,
Walayalamium,
Walayalamium,
Aman,
Aman,
Bahashim,
Bahashim,
Yahushai,
Yahushai,
Hamashiach,
Hamashiach,
Aman.
Aman,
Our Father,
our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
thy kingdom come,
thy kingdom come,
thy will be done
thy will be done
here on earth
here on earth
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread,
our daily bread,
and forgive us
forgive us
our debts
our debts,
as we forgive
and we forgive
our debtors.
our debtors,
And lead us not
and lead us not
into temptation,
into temptation,
but deliver us
but deliver us
from evil.
from evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
Thine is the kingdom,
and the power,
and the power,
and the glory,
and the glory,
forever.
forever.
Amen.
Amen.
Bahashim,
Bahashim,
Yahushai,
Yahushai,
Hamashiach,
Hamashiach,
Amen.
Amen.
This is the Asherah found in the book of Psalms. Blessed are they that dwell in thy house. They will still be praising thee. Selah. Happy is that people that is in such a case. Yea, happy is that people whose Alahai is Yahweh. I will extol thee, my Alahai, O King, and I will bless thy name forever and ever. Every day will I bless thee, and I will praise thy name forever and ever. Great is Yahweh, and greatly to be praised, and his greatness is unsearchable. One generation shall praise thy works to another, and shall declare thy mighty acts. I will speak of the glorious honor of thy majesty, and of thy wondrous works, and men shall speak of thy might, of thy terrible acts. And I will declare thy greatness. They shall abundantly utter the memory of thy great goodness, and shall sing of thy righteousness. Yahweh is gracious and full of compassion, slow to anger, and of great mercy. Yahweh is good to all, and his tender mercies are over all his works. All thy works shall praise thee, O Yahweh, and thy saints shall bless thee. They shall speak of the glory of thy kingdom and talk of thy power, to make known to the sons of men his mighty acts, and the glorious majesty of his kingdom. Thy kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, in thy dominion endureth throughout all generations. Yahweh upholdeth all that fall, and raiseth all those that be bowed down. Bow down. The eyes of all wait upon thee, and thou givest them their meat in due season. Thou openest thy hand and satisfiest the desire of every living thing. Yahweh is righteous in all his ways and holy in all his works. Yahweh is nigh unto all them that call upon him, to all that call upon him in truth. He will fulfill the desire of them that fear him. He also will hear their cry and will save them. Yahweh preserveth all them that love him, but all the wicked will he destroy. My mouth shall speak the praises of Yahweh, and let all flesh bless his holy name forever and ever. But we will bless the Yahweh from this time forth and forevermore. Hallelujah.
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 Bahashim.
Bahashim,
Yahushai.
Yahushai,
Mashiach.
Hamashiach,
Amen.
Amen.
First three prayers of the Mother. Abawah,
Abawah,
Barak,
Barak,
Atah,
Atah,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Allahayinahu,
Allahayinahu,
Allahaya,
Allahaya,
Batanahu,
Abatinawa,
Allahaya,
Walahaya,
Baraham,
Baraham,
Allahaya,
Allahaya,
Tazakat,
Tazakat,
Walahaya,
Walahaya,
Iqwal,
Yikwab,
Allah,
Allah,
Sharia,
Sharia,
Allah,
Allah,
Ayawun,
Ayawan,
Gamal,
Gumon,
Kasarayam,
Kasarayam,
Rak,
Barak,
Atah,
Atah,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Magan,
Magan,
Baraham,
Abaraham,
Kabawarwa,
Gabawarwa,
Without Yahweh, go war. Lawalam, Yahweh, Makaya, Matayam, Maya, Yawama, Laka, Hawalam, Mamaya, Barak, Yahweh, Makaya, Matayam, Kodawarsha, Shem Yahweh, Kodawarsha, Shem Yahweh, Yahweh, Ata, Kodaya, Washimka, Kodawash, Wako, Yawam, Allah, Barak, Ata, Yahweh, Ha'Allah, Hakadawash. Blessed are you, Power of Fathers, Power of Abraham, Power of Isaac, Power of Yaakov, Almighty Power, Most High Power, who bestows mercy. Blessed are you, Yahweh, should Abraham, you are mighty Yahweh, forever. Yahweh, who receives the dead, who is comparable to you, King of eternity, who caused death, he gives life. Blessed are you, Yahweh, who gives life, to the dead, you are holy Yahweh, and your name is holy, and the Holy One, every day, praise you, forever. Blessed are you, Yahweh, the power was holy, Bahashim, Yahushua, Mashiach, Amen. A psalm for the Shabbat day. It is a good thing to give thanks unto Yahweh, and to sing praises unto thy name, O Most High. To shew forth thy loving kindness in the morning, and thy faithfulness every night. Upon an instrument of 10 strings, and upon a psaltery, upon the harp with a solemn sound. For thou, Yahweh, hast made me glad through thy work. I will triumph in thy works of thy hands. Yahweh, how great are thy works, and thy thoughts are very deep. A brutish man knoweth them not, neither doeth a fool understand this. When the wicked spring as the grass, and when all the workers of iniquity do flourish, it is that they shall be destroyed forever. But thou, Yahweh, art most high forevermore. For lo, thy enemies, Yahweh, for lo, thy enemies shall perish. All the workers of iniquity shall be scattered. But my horn shalt thou exalt like the horn of a unicorn. I shall be anointed with fresh oil. My eye also shall see my desire on my enemies, and my ears shall hear my desire of the wicked that rise up against me. The righteous shall flourish like a palm tree. He shall grow like a cedar in Lebanon. Those that be planted in the house of Yahweh shall flourish in the courts of our Alahayah. They shall still bring forth fruit in old age. They shall be fat and flourishing, to shew that Yahweh is upright. He is my rock, and there is no unrighteousness in him. Hallelujah.
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 Bahashim.
Bahashim.
Yahushua.
Yahushua.
Mashiach.
Mashiach.
Amen. You gotta remember the pages are mixed up.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
You guys can get up.
I gotta use the bathroom. Go ahead and chop it up. You might want to wash the glass.
I just,
Did I just do that?
no, I did. I just,
Go out. I see what you're talking about.
So we're gonna be in Exodus chapter 6, verse 2, and Exodus chapter 9, verse I think like 31. not verse 21. This is Exodus chapter 6, verse 2. And God spake unto Moses, and said unto him, I am the Lord. And I appeared unto Abraham, unto Isaac, and unto Jacob by the name of God Almighty. But by my name Jehovah was I not known to them. And I have also established my covenant with them to give them the land of Canaan, the land of their pilgrimage, wherein they were strangers. So right now, the Most High explained to Moses the promise he made his forefathers that he's going to lead them to the land of Canaan, the promised land. Wherefore, saying to the children of Israel, I am the Lord, and I will bring you out from under the burdens of the Egyptians, and I will rid you out of their bondage, and I will redeem you with a stretched out arm and with a great judgments. So right here, the Most High is showing that he loves his people. As it says in Deuteronomy 7:6, he's going to stretch out his arm, he's going to save his people out of the judgment. It's like out of their captivity. And I will take you to me for a people, and I will be to you a God, and ye shall know that I am the Lord your God, which bringeth you out from under the burdens of the Egyptians.
Come. So 6, right?
Yeah.
Where you at?
I was at verse 7.
Verse 7?
Yes.
Verse 34, Bible for sure. Go ahead.
Verse 4. I've also established my covenant with them to give them the land of Canaan, the land of their pilgrimage, wherein they were strangers. And I have also heard the groaning of the children of Israel, whom the Egyptians keep in bondage, and I remembered my covenant.
Remember, we are stored up in prison houses and snared in holes and snored in prison houses. So this is happening at that time too, of the groaning, mostly from the brothers that are in prison. They're locked up in a cage. You know what I'm saying? And the mothers that are losing their children, and also the men who are being vexed, not being able to work properly, getting the right pay to feed their family. You know, the vexation and the perilous times with the cops and all that stuff. You know, those are the peril, the fear. You know what I'm saying? They want Jake to just renounce himself as a man and submit to them. You know, because Esau rules by he rules by fear. What's that one saying? It's I remember it. Keep reading.
Wherefore, saying to the children of Israel, I am the Lord, and I will bring you out from under the burdens of the Egyptians, and I will rid you out of their bondage, and I will redeem you with a stretched out arm and with great judgments.
That's what. And then what happened? What you got? Deuteronomy 28:68. You know, because of what's happening, you know, the Most High is promising us right here. He's saying that right here, I am the Lord, and I will bring you out. This verse 6, he says, I am the Lord, and I will bring you out from under the burdens of the Egyptians. What are your burdens? Yeah, you know, your work, your jobs, you know, from child support, extortion, men being extorted, and everything else. You know, those are burdens right there. You know, you got to pick up that cross and follow Christ. You know what I'm saying? The king is tired of this stuff right now because the king is the one in the pillar in that cloud, that nimbus that followed us out of Egypt into the wilderness. So he's basically doing it again, this time in person. All right. So yeah, those are the burdens, your burdens and things that you've been through and everything else. That time right there. So in between Deuteronomy 28:68 and him bringing us out there, a lot has happened. You know, the captivity of us, what we're going through. So go ahead.
Go. and I will take you to me for a people, and I will be to you a God, and you shall know that I am the Lord your God, which bringeth you from under the burdens of the Egyptians. And I will bring you unto the land concerning which I did swear, to give it to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, and I will give it to you for an inheritance. I am the Lord.
So when you go to verse 7, when he said, I will take you to me for a people, and I will bring you, so like, and I will be to you a God, and ye shall know that I am the Lord your God, which bringeth you out from under the burdens of the Egyptians, right? What precept did that remind you of? Because he's making this promise right now. Romans 9 and 3. The promises, the service of God, and everything else. Paul has reiterated the same thing. It happened right there. What do you have?
Romans 76.
Yeah, exactly. Right there. But at the same time, I will take to you to me for a people, and I will be to you a God. So if I take to you for a people, right, you're gonna be my people, and I'm gonna be to you a God. I'm gonna be your power. That's a service. You know what I'm saying? And it's a promise. And he's also with Deuteronomy 7 and 6 saying you're going to be above all people. So if you're going to be to me a people and I'm going to be to you a God, I love you above all people. I'm not talking about nobody else but you.
Starts with Romans 76, and he chosen us.
Exactly. And it's the same thing. But Paul is actually promises and everything else and the service of God and everything else. You know what I'm saying? So you see Paul and them do the law. All right. Start at 8, Bob Kushar.
Verse 8. And I will bring you into the land concerning the which I did swear to give it to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob.
Mm-hmm.
And I will give it to you for an inheritance. I am the Lord.
And what's a heritage? What's included into this heritage? Anybody know what a heritage? What's a heritage?
Heritage is pretty much like when someone dies, they leave you their heritage of what they work for. They give it to you pretty much just the money, the land, you know, the culture of everything they know of.
Exactly. Give me Sirach 12 and 11 real quick. Zanat, is he right by that? Huh? Okay. Give me Sirach 24 and 23 real quick. And we'll come back to that.
12 and 11, right?
Yeah. 12 and 11 for you. Sirach 24 and 23.
This is the book of Sirach,
Uh-huh.
chapter 12, verse 11.
Uh-huh.
Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him.
Is that Sirach? 17 and 11. Sirach 17 and 11. I got to straighten up my own handwriting.
All right. This is the book of Torah, chapter 17, verse 11.
Uh-huh.
Besides this, he gave them knowledge and the law of life for an inheritance.
So it's part of our heritage. What's the part of our heritage?
Life
And what else?
and the law. Knowledge.
Knowledge, wisdom, discernment. Knowledge was a part of our heritage. So when you get Jeremiah 17 and 4, and we were discontinued from our heritage, what was a curse?
Not knowing knowledge of self.
And what else?
Not keeping laws.
But a brutish people. Stupid.
Yeah.
Dumb as hell. So that was a curse for us being stupid.
Knowledge,
Exactly, lacking, not understanding anything. So when we went to Romans 8 and 35 and 25, when he said or lack, we should not be lacking in these last days. We should know what to do. We should know what's going to happen, how it's going to happen, where to go, not to go, and everything else. We're not cursed like that. You know what I'm saying? We have an understanding and knowledge, wisdom, understanding, and discernment. We should be able to discern and maneuver through these last days because that's our heritage. Knowledge is our heritage. You know, I'm not stupid. You know what I'm saying? And being deceived is against the law. Being deceived is against the law. Okay? All right, Con. So yeah, knowledge is a part of our heritage. Understanding is a part of our heritage. So when we discontinued from this heritage that he gave us, he took our understanding. Fuck y'all. Y'all just gonna be stupid, man. Dang, bro. I would precept in that right there. I was like, man, wow. And I was stupid. Before the truth, I was stupid. I'm trying to tell you, I thought I was a Mac in disguise then. But damn, when I found out, what I knew, once I started coming to the truth of things, I'm like, damn, I'm stupid.
Man, I thought I knew history. Then when I read this, I was
Yeah.
like, damn, I know more history. Like,
Yeah.
oh.
But it was brutish of us. You know what I'm saying? It is brutish means stupid. You know what I'm saying? When you look it up, it means stupid. Like when we were saying in the Alienawa, you know what I'm saying? A brutish, they was a brutish people. They was a stupid people. They don't have the Most High's heritage. Most High didn't give them the law and a heritage and everything else. All right, Zanak, I need Sirach 24 and 23. All our heritage comes from the book of the covenants, man. All right, read.
Sirach chapter 24, verse 23.
Uh-huh.
All these things are the book of the covenant of the Most High God, even the law which Moses commanded for an heritage unto the congregation of Jacob.
So that's a part of a heritage. You can't separate that. It's a heritage. Not a religion or anything else. It's a heritage. That's like Muslims. They pass on a rock. You know what I'm saying? That's their heritage. The knowledge of a rock. How many times you circle the rock? How many times you kiss the rock? How many times you pray towards the rock? You know what I'm saying? How many times somebody else kissed the rock? You know, whatever they do to the rock. That's what they do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's just what happens, man. When you get a heritage in your who you are, you know, as an Israelite, you can't call yourself an Israelite without the heritage. You can't read the book and then call yourself a Christian. Last night, man, the elder was out there was talking, and he said, "Man, I got love for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all Israelites. I'm a Christian." I didn't even feel like arguing with the brother, man. I was just like, "Yeah, uh-huh." I was like,
Probably just talking, you're just looking at him like,
because we go back and forth all the time. And last night it was just cast not thy pearls before swine. The brother's just swine. I love my brother. He's just swine. I will entertain his conversation. I will talk to him, chop it up with him and everything else. But last night I just wasn't my spirit was just like, yeah, it was like, man, as soon as he called himself a Christian, I knew right there I wasn't the one. I just didn't feel like entertaining that conversation, bro. And it took me a while to get into the conversation with him. Just it killed my spirit for some reason. You know, I didn't kind of want to get up and go speak. It's like my spirit was like, you know what I'm saying? But I went up anyways. You know what I'm saying? I had to go up and speak. I didn't really feel like speaking, but then I went up, got in the spirit. So I put the spirit on me to speak. Somebody needed to hear that. But yeah, man, we deal with that brother. We deal with those brothers all the time. They come by, chop it up, and you know, we'll slice and dice their doctrine up, real smooth. Zanaka even slice and dice them up. We'll try to find some crafty way to sell these niggas their heritage, and they throw it back in our face and won't take it. But it built us up, didn't it? It was like a practice dummy, like pop, 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 little practice dummies. You know what I'm saying? And it built us up in the spirit. The Most High put them there for a reason, just to see if we can withstand and combat their doctrine and prove to what they're saying is wrong. You know what I'm saying? But remember, the Most High just don't want them. He just don't want them. If they not hearing it, he don't want it. It's gonna hurt you these days. It's gonna hurt you because a person, a place, and people that you want to have it, they're not gonna adhere to it, and you're gonna want them to so bad, bro, that it'll hurt you. Distress, persecution, man. It's just going to go down that way. So let's get back over here to Exodus 8 and verse 9. Sanakaria. Start at verse 8 and read on.
Okay.
The water.
It's Exodus chapter 6 and verse 8. And I will bring you into the land concerning the which I did swear to give it to Abraham, Isaac, and to Jacob,
Mm-hmm.
and I will give it you for an heritage. I am the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
And Moses spake so unto the children of Israel, but they hearkened not unto Moses, for anguish of spirit and for cruel bondage. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Go in, speak unto Pharaoh, king of Egypt, that he let the children of Israel go out of his hand,
So stop
out
there.
of his land.
Give me the meaning of anguish. Because you got to pay attention to that. I got my book marked up, man, with key points. And this is what you got to understand, because these last days, right here, these last days, we're going into an Exodus. And you got to find out why everybody's tripping. Why nobody's listening to us.
It's just like the book of Genesis when Noah was warning them and no one was listening to him. And once he stepped in the boat, everybody was drinking, being married, doing their own thing.
And these last days, everybody's going to be drinking. Everybody's going to be drinking, being married, giving into marriage. That's nothing to do with us.
It's like when it happened for when Sodom and Gomorrah got destroyed too.
Uh-huh.
Same thing.
His wife, she turned back. That was symbolic. Lot's wife been turned into a pillar of salt. Why? Because she looked back to like basically America. She don't want America to end. She loved that shit. No faith, but she loved it. She loved being there. She had coffee with gay faggots and everything. Tea and everything with them. Read that. Anguish.
Definition of anguish: severe mental or physical pain or suffering,
Mm-hmm.
agony, pain, torment, torture, suffering, distress, misery, sorrow, grief, heartache, heartbreak, unhappiness, woe, desolation, despair.
Heartbreak, everything, distress, unhappy, all that. So watch this. This is Exodus chapter 6 and verse 9. And Moses spake so unto the children of Israel, but they hearkened not unto Moses. Why? For anguish of spirit and for cruel bondage. All the shit that they've been through in America and the Bible being a part of it, they don't want to listen to this. They don't want to listen. They don't want to hear that, man. When they pass this up, it's anguish. Shut up, man. Remember the girl went and closed her ears like that, passed us up?
She did yesterday, last night.
Last night, she did that, just like this. And walked right past. Yeah, you can be doing that in that day. That's why I was like, man, I love my people. I can do to the Most High, put your ass to death. We sitting, and it is so disrespectful to put all this time and study into teaching our people something,
They just ignore it.
and they ignore it. But we know why, and we show compassion.
They're beat up, man.
Yeah.
From everything they have seen, still seen and heard from families and everything, they're just like, no faith.
So now you see a sister now, and your mama. The only thing we can do, and my mama, the only thing we can do is have compassion over them, man. Cast not their pearls among swine. There's nothing we can do but pray for them. That's it. Pray for them and pray the Most High just put the spirit on them. He put the spirit on them to learn, and in the spirit of what would you call it? It's a spirit of I'm so discombobulated right now. These my words are like blah, blah, blah. Of making something happen. It's the spirit of, when somebody makes something happen. Help me out. What's that?
Manifestation.
Not manifestation. It's the spirit when you make something happen. Let's just say spirit of making something happen. that you want to make happen, the Most High's will. And he put that spirit of his will on somebody to make something happen. That's what he does. So that spirit that was coming down on Yahweh like a dove is for him to make things happen. I forgot the name of the spirit. It's like when you go to Revelation 6, and you start reading about the different spirits, the black horse, the white horse, and all that stuff, the red horse and everything else. What do you think is going on? Those spirits can go out. Time of war, time to make something happen due to his will. Spirit just go out. They just go out. All right. Go ahead to verse 10. But yeah,
I'm at
the
verse
English,
12.
just have compassion on them. Have compassion on them. There's no need to be talking ish about the Most High people. He don't like that. Go ahead.
I'm at verse 12.
Yeah, verse 12. Just start at verse 10, Baba Kusha.
Hold on.
Oh, no. Yeah, start at verse 10.
Verse 10. The Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Go in, speak unto Pharaoh, king of Egypt, that he let the children of Israel go out of his land.
Mm-hmm.
And Moses spake before the Lord, saying, Behold, the children of Israel have not hearkened unto me. How then shall Pharaoh hear me? Who am of uncircumcised lips? And the Lord spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, and gave them a charge unto the children of Israel, and to Pharaoh king of Egypt, to bring the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
These be the heads of their fathers' houses. The sons of Reuben, the firstborn, Israel, Anak and Palu, Hezron and Carmi. These be the families of Reuben. And the sons of Simeon,
Yamil.
Yamil, and Jamin, and Ohad, and Jachin,
Mm-hmm.
and Zohar, and Shaul, the sons of a Canaanitish woman.
Mm-hmm.
These are the families of Simeon. And these are the names and the sons of Levi, according to their generations: Gershon and Kohath and Merari. And the years of the life of Levi were 137 years.
Mary. Go ahead.
The sons of Gershon, Libani and Shimi, according to their families. And the sons of
Hold on. Did Levi name his son after the land?
what?
Gershon. That was the land that we were in when Joseph went and got his father, had his brothers go get Jacob and bring him over to Egypt, and then Pharaoh gave him the land of Gershon.
Oh yeah, he did.
All right, go ahead.
The sons of Gershon, Libani and Shimi, according to their families. And the sons of Kohath, Amram and Izhar and Hebron and Uziel. And the years of the life of Kohath were 130 years. 133 years. And the sons of Merari are Hali and Mushi. These are the families of Levi according to their generations. And Amram took him Jochebed, his father's sister, to wife, and she bare him Aaron and Moses. And he wait, what? And
They're just going back in the lineage. That's all. They're just going.
Aaron took him Jochebed, his father's sister, to wife. He married his auntie,
He married his sister.
his father's sister,
Uh-huh.
his auntie.
His sister.
No. Okay.
Because he don't have to be born by the same mother and father as him to be her brother.
No.
Go ahead.
And the sons of Izar, Korah, and Zepheg, and Zikri. And the sons of Uziel, Michael, no, Michelle, and Zelphon, and Zeturi. And Aaron took him Elisheba, daughter of Aminadab, sister of Nashron, to wife, and she bare him Nadab, and Abihu, and Eleazar, and Ithamar. The sons of Korah, Azir, and Elkamah, and Abisaph. These are the families of the Korahites. And Eleazar, Aaron's son, took him one of the daughters of Petuel to wife, and she bare him Phinehas. These are the heads of the fathers of the Levites, according to their families. These are Aaron and Moses, to whom the Lord said, Bring out of the children of Israel from the land of Egypt, according to their armies. These are they which spake unto Pharaoh king of Egypt, to bring out of the children of Israel from Egypt. These are Moses and Aaron. And it came to pass on the day when the Lord spake unto Moses in the land of Egypt, that the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, I am the Lord. Speak thou unto Pharaoh king of Egypt all that I may say unto thee. And Moses said before the Lord, Behold, I am of uncircumcised lips, and how shall Pharaoh hearken unto me? Kosh,
Sure.
Rafari, how?
Nice shot, nice shot.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
sir.
sit. You do. So yeah, man. A lot of things happening here. A lot of things going on. Lineages, aunties being married. A lot of things is happening and going on in this. Okay. Um, I want to stay within the realm of what I felt like talking about and teaching today. I don't want to go off topic, but if there's anything you want to talk about, just hit it. We got one comment. All right. Gubba Warga Bar Shalom out. Call all Yahweh Bashim Mashiach Yahweh Shai Barakatah. Let me see. Kind. But yeah, man. Any questions on chapter 6? No? Anything you want to say about chapter 6? Yay, nay? Okay. It is. There it is. So what would be considered like Moses said over here, right? Two things. Let me see. They're the same thing. Chapter 6 and verse 12. And Moses spake before the Lord, saying, Behold, the children of Israel have not hearkened unto me. How then shall Pharaoh hear me, who am of uncircumcised lips? So he called Pharaoh of uncircumcised lips. All right, Pharaoh just means great house. All right. Then you go to verse 30. Give me Romans chapter 2, verse 5. Then you go to verse 30, right? And Moses said before the Lord, Behold, I am of uncircumcised lips, and how shall Pharaoh hearken unto me? He said it twice. That is the spirit of what? The spirit of what? What is that spirit Moses coming in?
Confidence.
Exactly. Because he said it twice.
Yeah, because he thinks that the children of Israel's not gonna hear him, cause Pharaoh, the great house, gonna hear him.
Mm-hmm. So let's find out what uncircumcised is. We'll find out.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 2, verse 5. But after they harness an impenitent heart, treacherous up unto thyself wrath against the day of wrath and revelation of the righteous judgment of God.
Hold on.
You got the one up? Romans chapter 2, verse 5.
Wow. I know. Right. Let's see. Probably 3 and 5, but let me check. All right, it's 2 and verse 25. Let's start at 24.
Verse 24.
Mm-hmm.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 2, verse 24. For the name of God is blasphemous among the Gentiles.
Blasphemed.
Blasphemed.
Start over. 24.
For the name of God is blasphemed among the Gentiles through you, as it is written. For circumcision verily profited if thou keep the law. But if thou be a breaker of the law, the circumcision is made uncircumcision.
So what is uncircumcised lips?
Not keeping the law.
Don't speak out of turn. What is it?
Not keeping the law and breaking of the law.
What is it? Breaking the law. Not having knowledge of the law is breaking the law, because you're going to do something that breaks the law. So Moses is saying that, you know what I'm saying? He said, I'm of uncircumcised lips. You know what I'm saying? Basically going to break the law. He don't know the law, or he don't know better. He don't know better. He's basically saying Pharaoh don't know better about the law. People are not going to listen to me. I'm of uncircumcised lips. I don't know what to say. I don't know the law to say anything about that. I don't know anything about that to say anything. You know, why you got me doing this? You know what I'm saying? He has a spirit of unconfidence. That is a bad spirit. He doesn't have the confidence. The Most High don't like that, man. You got to be a man. To rule a kingdom, look at the fools that are ruling the kingdom now. That spirit of unconfidence and stuff like that, man. It can't. You can't do that, man. It's just it won't happen. Let me see something real quick. Read Romans 2 and 2 in the Carver, and read down from there.
Romans chapter 2, verse 2.
Mm-hmm. And so now give me Romans 1 and 22.
This is the book of Romans chapter 2, verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
But we are sure that the judgment of God is according to truth against them which commit such things.
Mm-hmm.
And thinkest thou this, O man, that judgest them which do such things, and doest the same, that thou shalt escape the judgment of God?
So what is that? A hypocrite. You judge them about doing something, but you're doing the same thing, right?
Yeah.
So that's like in a nutshell Moses is saying. He doesn't know what to tell them. They're probably going to say, well, you do the same thing we do. Our people do the same that all the time, but they never prove it.
Yeah, that is true.
You know what I'm saying?
Or what they do is that when we bring the Bible, they always use Christianity and Catholicism. Oh, well, the Christians and Catholics don't keep the laws. Like, then why are you comparing me to them, though? I'm not them. I'm telling you, we're not Christians or Catholic people, but you're comparing me to them.
Now you can go to the heritage precepts. You got to understand, it's a difference between, like, what they do. They're using our book, but they don't proclaim the heritage. They're not keeping heritage. Read that real quick, Zana.
Romans chapter 1, verse 22. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools.
And that's what they do. When Christians come up to it, they always profess themselves to be wise and they become fools. But at the same thing, what is Moses going to do? Profess himself wise and become a fool in the eyes of the people, and they start calling him hypocrite and everything else. That is the spirit of unconfident. And that's just what's going through his head. You got to see what's kind of imagine I'm not saying for sure, but he has that spirit of unconfidence. It's like, bro, I can, you know, I can just picture what's going on through his mind and that unconfidence. He doesn't think that he has what it takes to get these people over here. I think I have what it takes for my people to turn around. But because of anguish of the spirit and bondage and everything else, it's just hard for them to listen, hard for them to hear. They don't want to take the time to stand there and be told, like, hey, bro, nah, this, and that. And, nah, all right, ask me a question so I can answer it for you. And they don't want to take the time. That's just it.
What I know is that they don't want to humble down. So
Yeah.
they will say, like, oh, I've been through a lot with life and I made it by myself, this and that. Like, hey, man, no one wants to hear that. We'll talk to a therapist about that.
Yeah.
I've been through that too, but I humbled myself down to listen to your advices, and I took it. I could be taking it as like, oh man, screw you. Or I could take it like, no, you know what, you're right.
And what you do is you turn it back around them. You're like, yeah, I bet you've been through a lot, and agree with them. You have been through a lot, and okay, but can you honestly, logically tell me why? What did you do wrong? And then you gonna go to Romans, right? They say some people naturally keep the law, and they're gonna be like, yeah. Okay, cool. So you would admit that your spirit has a like your spirit that is within you has to be governed by a law. And you found the way to govern yourself through life, right? But you didn't read it, no, it's not. Just knew how to do this and that. Okay, well, let's test your logic. Let's test your moral standard law if it stands up with life and everybody else. Because then, how many people you know have been popped in their mouth for touching on a little girl, touching on a little boy? Some people think that at a certain age they can do that.
Yep.
Some people say, hey, did you got an uncle in jail? All right, you're going to call him nasty, right? But hold on, your grandfather raised him. You know what I'm saying? Your mom and them raised him. So what can we say about that? About how you raised yourself? I just didn't want to do what they did and stuff that they did, so I just did this over here. So you saw that was wrong, right? Where did you logically learn that? Well, just going over my environment. Well, guess who they learned it from? They got it from here. That's how they learned it. You start turning people's irresponsible remarks into a righteous remark from the Bible and where our people got it from. It's just that you naturally do some things correct to the law, but you don't fully know how to righteously govern your spirit because you're not paying attention to your heritage and what you've got. All right, so let's go back over here to Exodus 7 now. We're in Exodus 7. You good now? A little bit? So here we go. Officer, wait.
Exodus chapter 1. Exodus chapter 7. And verse 1. And the Lord said unto Moses,
Salak. Just a little stretch. Go ahead, read. Nice. Go ahead.
Exodus chapter 7, and verse 1. And the Lord said unto Moses, see, I have made thee a god to Pharaoh, and Aaron thy brother shall be thy prophet. Thou shalt speak all that I have commanded thee, and Aaron thy brother shall speak unto Pharaoh, that he send the children of Israel out of his land. And I will harden Pharaoh's heart, and multiply my signs and my wonders in the land of Egypt.
Did you just see what happened? Did you just see what happened? All right. What you got to understand, before chapters and verses, it was just straight writings. It was just straight writings, right? So Moses in chapter 6 and verse 30 Moses said before the Lord, behold, I am of uncircumcised lips, and how shall Pharaoh hearken unto me? He's uncertain of himself. He's not confident. So you come into the chapter of this, and the Lord said unto Moses, see, I have made thee a God to Pharaoh. What is he doing? He's encouraging Moses. Exactly. I have made you a God before Pharaoh. He's encouraging him. He has made you a God before Pharaoh. That should be encouraging. If you got the spirit of Moses to speak to the people, he have made you a God before this great house. You are over the people. He have raised us amongst our brethren in the midst of us. We are over all these people and everything of them regarding the Most High service, his house, his tabernacle, his what do you? I'm getting tongue tied. Of everything of the Most High right now, we are gods. We are power among them. That's encouraged. He's encouraging us the same way he encouraged Moses. Read.
Okay. Verse 4. But Pharaoh shall not hearken unto you, that I may lay my hand upon Egypt, and bring forth mine armies, and my people, the children of Israel, out of the land of Egypt by great judgments. And the Egyptians shall know that I am the Lord, when I stretch forth my hand upon Egypt, and bring out the children of Israel from among them. And Moses and Aaron did as the Lord commanded them, so did they. And Moses was 80 years old, and Aaron 83 years old, when they spake unto Pharaoh. And the Lord spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, when Pharaoh shall speak unto you, saying, shew a miracle for you, then thou shalt say unto Aaron, take thy rod and cast before Pharaoh, and it shall become a serpent. And Moses and Aaron went in unto Pharaoh, and they did so as the Lord had commanded. And Aaron cast down his rod before Pharaoh and before his servants, and it became a serpent. And Pharaoh called the wise men and the sorcerers, now the magicians of Egypt. They also did in the like manner with their enchantments. For they cast down every man his rod, and it became serpents. But Aaron's rod swallowed up their rods.
That's the Most High show you that, hey, the power of righteousness is more power of the wickedness. Remember we were just talking about the shrooms and all that stuff?
Oh yeah.
And everything else? The Most High show you that his righteousness is much better than y'all wicked shit right there. So he made Aaron's rod eat up all the other rods. Pause. But that's what he did. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, watch this. The most in verse 4, he said, but Pharaoh shall not hearken unto you, that I may lay my hand upon Egypt. Stop. But Pharaoh shall not hearken unto you. This is the Most High conveying his message through his angels, right? That I may lay my hand upon Egypt and bring forth mine armies. Now we're going to find out who are the Most High's armies. We're going to start to find out who is his armies. So I'm about to put a little note, who are the Most High's armies. As he's telling Moses this before it actually happened, it's happening. He's telling him this, exalting Moses, giving Moses encouragement. Because if an angel is telling us what's going to happen before it actually happened, ain't he actually exalting you above all the people? Ain't he actually doing that? Cool. So how many precepts can we go to prove to somebody this is going to happen to you before it actually happened? Yeah. Before it even actually happens, man, hey, this is a beautiful book. And it happens. And we tell them, man, hey, this is going to happen to you if you keep on doing this. And it happens. You can even prophesy yourself into a downfall. This is going to happen to you if you don't stop it. I wouldn't actually call it a prophecy, but something like this, an angel come to you say, hey, this is going to happen. He's going to be here this such and such time. That is more of a prophecy than anything. Than me telling you, hey, man, you're going to die from high sodium and some shit like that if you don't stop it. We just don't know what date it is going to be on, right? Go ahead. Chapter and verse, please.
Exodus chapter 7 and verse 16. And thou shalt say unto him, the Lord God of the Hebrews hath sent me unto thee, saying, Let my people go, that they may serve me in the wilderness. And behold, hitherto thou wouldest not hear. Thus saith the Lord, and this thou shalt know, that I am the Lord. Behold, I will smite with the rod that is in my hand, and upon the waters which are in the river, they shall be turned into blood. And the fish that is in the river shall die, and the river shall stink, and the Egyptians shall loathe to drink of the water of the river. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying to Aaron, Take thy rod, and stretch out thy hand upon the waters of Egypt, upon their streams, upon the rivers, and upon their ponds, and upon all their pools of water, that they may become blood, and that there may be blood throughout the land of Egypt, both in vessels of wood and in vessels of stone.
So is this the first curse? This is not an army, but this is the first curse, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the first curse. Mark that. First curse.
Water becoming blood.
19. There you go. Boom. That's the first curse. First plague upon Egypt. Let's go.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Verse 20. And Moses and Aaron did so, as the Lord commanded. And he lifted up the rod and smote the waters that were in the river, in the sight of Pharaoh, and in the sight of his servants. And all the waters that were in the river were turned to blood. And the fish was in the river died, and the river stunk, and the Egyptians could not drink of the water of the river. And there was blood throughout all the land of Egypt. So the magicians of Egypt did so with their enchantments. And Pharaoh's heart was hardened, neither did he hearken unto them, as the Lord had said. And Pharaoh turned and went into his house, neither did he set his heart to this also. And all the Egyptians digged around about the river for water and to drink, for they could not drink of the water of the river. And 7 days were fulfilled after that the Lord had smitten the river.
Come.
All the
Yahweh said, what we do in here. So now you got the first plague. The river turning into blood in the ponds, and everything that was water in Egypt turned into blood. That was the first one. Still not the armies yet, but it's a plague. All right? So now let's go to chapter 8. All right? So now you're about to see a part of the Most High army. He about to send over there now, okay? Huh? Yeah, part of his army. So, got the first plague, about to get the second plague, a part of his army. I mean, Go ahead and read.
Exodus chapter 8 and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord spake unto Moses, Go unto Pharaoh, and say unto him, Thus saith the Lord, Let my people go,
Mm-hmm.
that they may serve me. And if thou refuse to let them go, behold, I will smite all thy borders with frogs, and the river shall bring forth frogs abundantly, which shall go up and unto thine house, and into the bedchamber, and upon thy bed, and into the house of thy servants, and upon thy people, and into thy ovens, and into thy kneading throws. And so they had ovens back then. And the frogs shall come up both on thee and upon thy people, and upon all thy servants. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying to Aaron, Stretch forth thy hand with thy rod over the streams, and over the rivers, and over the ponds, and cause frogs to come up upon the land of Egypt. Yes. Someone dumb would say, why would frogs come out the river?
Okay, why would they say that?
Well, that's where frogs come from.
Oh,
They're fish at first.
right, little tadpoles.
Yeah, little tadpoles and everything. I just imagine someone like a white boy just said, well, if that's true, how could the frogs come out the river? Man, don't joke of the year. That was
Where you
funny.
get that Mark Twain evolution, fool.
All
Since you reading songs, there you go.
right, I'm gonna start verse 6. And Aaron stretched out his hand over the waters of Egypt, and the frogs came up and covered the land of Egypt. And the magicians did so with their enchantments, and brought up frogs upon the land of Egypt. Then Pharaoh called for Moses and Aaron and said, Entreat the Lord, that he may take away the frogs from me and from my people, and I will let the people go, that they may do sacrifice unto the Lord. And Moses said unto Pharaoh, Glory over me, when shall I entreat for thee, and for thy servants, and for thy people, to destroy the frogs from thee, and thy houses, that they may remain in the river only? And he said, Tomorrow. And he said, Be it according to thy word, that thou mayest know that there is none like unto the Lord our God. And the frogs shall depart from thee, and from thy houses, and from thy servants, and from thy people. They shall remain in the river only. And Moses and Aaron went out from Pharaoh, and Moses cried unto the Lord because the frogs which he had brought against Pharaoh. And the Lord did according to the word of Moses, and the frogs died out of the houses, out of the villages, and out of the fields.
So if the Most High gave a message to the angel to tell Moses that Pharaoh was going to be over here at the river before it even happened, they know what's going to happen already with Pharaoh, right? So the whole thing is they're testing Moses at the same time.
Should he be gonna give up or be gonna do the work?
What do you think he's doing to us? Moses didn't get to see the promised land, but will Moses be in the kingdom? Now, let's see something real quick. Let's see something real quick. What is it?
And that's what trips me out. Like, man, if you listen to everything of the Most High, what do? You didn't listen to that one part of freaking stopping to a rock. Come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
And you die and not being able to the promised land. Suck.
It does suck, bro.
I'm fine. That's swollen right now. It's gonna hurt. I have to pop it again.
Okay. All right. I was wrong. I was about to bring something out. But go ahead. Finish.
Okay.
Chapter and verse.
This is Exodus chapter 8, verse verse 14. And they gathered them together upon heaps, and the land stank. But when Pharaoh saw that there was respite, respite, he hardened his heart and hearkened not unto them, as the Lord had said. And the Lord said unto Moses, say unto Aaron, stretch out thy rod and smite the dust of the land, that it may become lice throughout all the land of Egypt.
So why did the Most High do that after?
Because Pharaoh broke his word.
So when he said right here, verse 15, but when Pharaoh saw that, there was respite, he hardened his heart. Respite means relief. Like, all right, it's gone. Whatever. He hardened his heart again. When he saw that there was relief and that it was gone, he changed his mind. So he tricked him. He was deceiving Moses.
But wasn't that what isn't the Most High was supposed to harden the Pharaoh's heart so he could show his wonders and power?
Yeah, he is. He's doing the same thing. But Moses is not catching on to it. Moses is not catching on to it. That's the thing. Moses is not catching on to it. Go ahead. And Moses also teaches, the Most High also teaches us a lesson through Moses about not getting the promised land, by not listening and doing what he tell you to do and how he tell you to do it. Everything, the Most High, everybody has a different path for the Most High and what he wants you to do. And you got to do it. And if you're not doing that to the best of your ability, you're not getting it. Everybody has a different fire. Everybody has a different test. It's for you to understand what your test is. You got to understand your test. And if you don't pass the test, that's on you. You can't be lazy. You can't be slothful through spirit. You got to be diligent and keep going. I somewhat know my test. I don't want to feel like talking about it on here, but I pretty much know my test. I'm put through it all the time. And just got to think it through, man, and take my time and be, be resilient in the spirit. That's it. You got to know your test, man. Everybody got to know their test. And if you act stupid and you don't pass it, that's like every woman has a test, right? A woman that has a husband and she's not serving her husband like she would serve the Most High, she fails. That's just it. That's it for her. Done. She should be serving that man to the best of her ability. That's it, the way he wants it done. Not her, the way she figures that, she's been taught in the past on how to do something. No, man. This is how that man wants it. That's it. That's all she can do. And she will have fun that way. That woman will be just fine once she does that. She will be fine. And she will love it. Then she will start finding out how good that man is when she does everything that man wants her to do. That's it. That's when her life becomes great. She gets what she wants. Because then the Most High will start blessing. Just blessing. Because she's making that man happy. All right, let's go. That's like us telling the Most High He made us, but we not finna do what He want us to do. Yeah, and in Peter he said he didn't make the man. He didn't make the man for the woman, but He made the woman for the man. He molded that woman to be what that man wanted to be. She serves Him. That's what He tells her to do. When He tells her to do it, how He wants her to do it. When. That's it. That's serving Him. That's the same as the Most High. We serving Him the same way. How He wants us to do it, when He wants us to do it. If we gotta jump on one foot, bark like a dog, rub our head and baby bubber, and all that stuff, how He wants us to do it, we gotta do it, bro. Hey, I'm gonna be 1 foot jumping, baby bubber. If it's that easy, if it's that easy, hey, baby bubber, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it is what it is. You hot? Okay, I got you. Go ahead, Snakar. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Verse 16. And the Lord said unto Moses,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
and the Lord said unto Moses, saying to Aaron, stretch out
Chapter and verse, biblical chapter.
Exodus chapter 8 and verse 16.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord said unto Moses, saying to Aaron, stretch out thy rod and smite the dust of the land, that it may become lice throughout all the land of Egypt. And they said, so for Aaron stretched out his hand with his rod and smote the dust of the earth and became lice. And man and beast, all the dust of the land became lice throughout all the land of Egypt. And the magicians did so with their enchantments to bring forth lice, but they could not. So there were lice upon man and upon beast.
Mm.
And the magician said unto the Pharaoh,
I gotta interrupt you again, officer. Check this out. Lice is compared comparison. Lice and fleas are is it what the family? Lice and fleas. What is it?
lice. Lice is that. Fleas are for dogs, lice is for.
So yeah, comparison lice to fleas. They're in the same family. So when white people get lice, dog get fleas. They're in the same family. I had to throw that out there. Let's go.
Then the magician said unto Pharaoh, this is the finger of God. And Pharaoh's heart was hardened, and he hearkened not unto them, as the Lord had said.
Come.
And the Lord said unto Moses, rise up early in the morning, and stand before Pharaoh. Lo, he cometh forth to the water, and say unto him, thus saith the Lord, let my people go, that they may serve me. Else, if thou wilt not let my people go, behold, I will send swarms of flies upon thee, and upon thy servants, and upon thy people, and to thy houses, and thy sons of the Egyptians shall be full of swarms of flies, and also the ground whereon they are. And I will severe in that day the land of Goshen, sever in the land in that day. I can't see. You go verse 30.
Come on. Start 22.
Okay, verse 27.
Or 27, go ahead.
We will go 3 days' journey into the wilderness and sacrifice to the Lord our God.
So at this time, Pharaoh is telling Moses and Aaron that, hey, he'll let them go sacrifice amongst the Egyptians. Moses is like, crazy? So they can kill us? We can sacrifice the abomination of the heathen? We ain't finna do that. Go ahead.
Right. And as he shall command us. And Pharaoh said, I will let you go, that you may sacrifice to the Lord your God. And in the wilderness, only you shall not go very far away and treat for me. And Moses said, behold, I will go out from thee, and I will entreat the Lord that the swarms of flies may depart from Pharaoh, from his servants, and from his people tomorrow. But let not Pharaoh deal deceitfully any more, in not letting the people go to sacrifice to the Lord. And Moses went out from Pharaoh and entreated the Lord.
So Moses basically saying, hey, I ain't finna take it off you right away. I'm gonna wait till we get into the wilderness. Then I entreat for you to take the flies away from me. Now Moses catching, no, I ain't finna do that this time. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. Fool me 3 times, man. Go ahead.
Come. And Moses said, behold, I will go out from thee, and I will treat thee, the Lord, that the swarms of flies may depart from Pharaoh, from his servants, and from his people tomorrow. But let not Pharaoh deal deceitfully any more, and not letting the people go to sacrifice to the Lord. And Moses went out from Pharaoh and entreated the Lord. And the Lord did according to the word of Moses, and he removed the swarms of flies from Pharaoh, from his servants, and from the people. There remained not one. And Pharaoh hardened his heart at this time also, neither did he let the people go.
God.
Call Shema. Sorry, I would not shout, not Shema. But yeah, so what we doing?
Soldier first class switch. That's good. That's very good. Yeah, chapter 9. So we are now on the 3rd plague. The armies, frogs and the flies. Part of his army.
Okay.
All right, go ahead, man.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 9, Salak, chapter 9, verse 1. Then the Lord said unto Moses, go in unto Pharaoh, and tell him, thus saith the Lord God of the Hebrews, let my people go, that they may serve me. For if thou refuse to let them go, and wilt hold them still, behold, the hand of the Lord is upon the cattle which is in the field, upon the horse, upon the asses, upon the camels, upon the ox, and upon the sheep. There shall be a very grievous. How do you say that word?
Which verse one?
Verse 3 on the last word.
Oh, very curious. Marine.
Moraine. Verse 4. And the Lord shall serve between the cattle. Sever. That's a lot. And the Lord shall sever between the cattle of Israel and the cattle of Egypt. And there shall nothing die of all that is in the children of Israel. And the Lord appointed a set time, saying, tomorrow the Lord shall do this thing in the land. And the Lord did that thing on the morrow. And all the cattle of the Egypts died, but of the cattle of the children of Israel died not one. And Pharaoh sent, and behold, there was not one of the cattle of the Israelites dead.
So that right there is symbolic to these last days.
Famine. I don't know.
Famine. We gonna eat. They are not. We gonna eat. They are not. Hey, I don't know. You know, we might run out of food. I'm gonna be able to stick my hand out the window. A piece of lamb shoulder gonna fall on my hands or anything. Hey, that's the we say that in Sakari, man. We gonna go on the roof and the Lord just go. You know what I'm saying? One of the Lords gonna drop some lamb right in my arms. I'm gonna take it downstairs and just throw it into the oven. Hey. But yeah, so we gonna eat in these last days. Israel gonna eat. Pharaoh's not. This great house not gonna eat. They gonna be out here knocking each other off.
Yeah, they were fighting for toilet paper, hand sanitizer, and water. Imagine when it's food.
I wasn't.
I
was just like,
man.
Okay. As I already had, you know what I'm saying? You know, I've already like I didn't start, shopping for stuff until that stuff happened. So I wasn't going crazy and that, but I was just shopping and stuff, through counsel and stuff. I was comforted through counsel
Yeah.
and the elders and stuff, the stuff that was going on. So I didn't really trip like that.
I ain't gonna lie, I was tripping. I was like, oh hell,
Yeah.
and I was going everywhere looking not for toilet paper, but for food, beans, rice. And I was canned food, man. Freaking
That's what made you really was like, man, I gotta get back.
Yeah, I was like,
this shit.
damn, man, this is the year. Oh hell, no, I gotta get back on it, man. Like,
Yeah,
man. That's when I started hitting.
did.
That's when I started hitting up my cousin. I planted that seed on him 3 years ago. He was putting in the work. I'm like, hey, what's up, man? Which books? I need to know. And that's when you showed up out of nowhere to the gym, and I was like, yo, and that's when I started asking you questions. Yo,
Yeah. That's how it is. Let's go.
And the heart of Pharaoh was hardened, and he did not let the people go. Verse 8, and the Lord said unto Moses and unto Aaron, take to you a handful of ashes of the furnace, and let Moses sprinkle it towards the heaven in the sight of Pharaoh, and it shall become small dust in the land of Egypt, and it shall be a boiling breaking forth with lameness upon man and upon beast throughout all the land of Egypt. And they took the ashes of the furnace and stood before Pharaoh, and Moses sprinkled it up towards heaven, and it became a boil breaking forth with lameness upon man and upon beast. And the magicians could not stand before Moses because of the boils. For the boil was upon the magicians and upon all the Egyptians.
So what plague is this?
That's when they get boils.
Which number?
I think that's 4.
It's the 5th.
Oh, it's the 5th. It's a lot.
It's the 4th.
That's the 4th. Okay, so
It's the 4th.
Verse 12. And the Lord hardened the heart of Pharaoh, and he hearkened not unto them, as the Lord had spoken unto Moses. And the Lord said unto Moses, rise up early in the morning and stand before Pharaoh and say unto him, thus saith the Lord God of the Hebrews, let my people go, that they may serve me. For I will at this time send all my plagues upon thy heart and upon the servants and upon thy people, that thou mayest know that there is none like me in all the earth. For now I will stretch out my hand, that I will smite thee and thy people with pestilence, and thou shalt be cut off from the earth. And in very deed, for this cause have I raised thee up, for to show in thee my power, and that my name may be declared throughout all the earth.
You know how it's gonna be a lot of pestilence from them flies too. They're gonna be passing around diseases and everything. You ain't gonna be picking up the trash from the trash can and everything. So what's gonna have to happen? Have to burn the trash.
Damn, it's gonna be mad.
Well, it's better than pestilence.
Yeah,
So flies being around, we burn it, and then the more we put trash in there, we burn it again.
And that's gonna mess up the air too for us to breathe in.
Well, yeah. So that's why brothers got a plan to be in the better spot. You know what I'm saying, and get shovels and dig, away from the camp spot because the angel is going to be around us.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Verse 17, as yet exaltest thou thyself against my people, that thou wilt not let them go. Behold, tomorrow about this time I will cause it to rain a very
Go start at verse 16.
And a very deed, verse 16, and a very deed for his cause have I raised thee up. And a very deed for this cause have I raised thee up, for to show in thee my power, and that my name may be declared throughout all the earth.
So that's what the Most High is doing. That's why he's telling Pharaoh why he raised them up. Go ahead.
As yet exaltest thou thyself against my people, that thou wilt not let them go. Behold, tomorrow about this time I will cause it to rain a very grievous hail, such as had not been in Egypt, since the foundation thereof even until now. Send therefore now and gather thy cattle, and all that thou hast in the field, For upon every man and beast which shall be found in the field, and shall not be brought home, the hell shall come down upon them, and they shall die. He that feared the word of the Lord among the servants of Pharaoh made his servants and his cattle flee unto the house. Verse 21. And he that regarded not the word of the Lord left his servant and his cattle in the field.
Him that what? Regarded not?
Verse 21. And he that regarded not the word of the Lord left his servants and his cattle in the field.
So he that regarded not left his cattle and his servants in the field. How does that remind you? How is that significant for today? He that regarded not?
Those that don't listen to the word of the Most High.
Yeah, they those that don't regard the Most High, they're going to keep doing work. They're going to keep doing other things that have nothing to do with the Most High in these last days. They're going to be working at night. You know what I'm saying? You got to get out of there.
They'll be drinking.
On the Sabbath, giving into marriage, trying to take a bunch of wives. You know what I'm saying? Not, seek ye the kingdom of heaven first, and everything else should be added unto thee. That's it. Be with your brothers. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot of stuff is going to go on. Let's go.
Verse 22. And the Lord said unto Moses, Stretch forth thy hand towards heaven, that there may be a hail in all the land of Egypt, upon man and upon beast, and upon every herb of the field, throughout the land of Egypt. And Moses stretched forth his rod towards heaven, and the Lord sent thunder and hail, and the fire ran along upon the ground. And the Lord rained hail upon the land of Egypt. So there was hail and fire mingled with the hail, very grievous, such as there was none like it in all the land of Egypt, since it became a nation. And the hail smote throughout all the land of Egypt, all that was in the field, both man and beast. And the hail smote every herb of the field, and brake every tree of the field. Only in the land of Goshen, where the children of Israel were, was there no hail. And Pharaoh sent and called for Moses and Aaron, and said unto them, I have sinned this time. The Lord is righteous, and I and my people are wicked. Entreat the Lord, for it is enough, that there be no more mighty thundering and hail, and I will let you go, and ye shall stay no longer. And Moses said unto him, As soon as I am gone out of the city, I will spread abroad my hands unto the Lord, and the thunder shall cease, neither shall there be any more hail, that thou mayest know how that the earth is the Lord's. But as for thee and thy servant, I know that ye will not yet fear the Lord God. And the flax and the barley was smitten, for the barley was in the ear, and the flax was boiled.
Boiled.
But the wheat and the rye were not smitten, for they were not grown up. And Moses went out of the city from the Pharaoh, and spread abroad his hands unto the Lord. And the thunder and the hail ceased, and the rain was not poured upon the earth. And then Pharaoh saw that the rain and the hail and the thunder was ceased. He sinned yet more, and hardened his heart, he and his servants. Verse 35. And the heart of Pharaoh was hardened, neither would he let the children of Israel go, as the Lord had spoken by Moses.
So what you think the Most High doing in Trump and them? He only raised them up to bring them down. Great. This is the Most High's great judgment on a kingdom. He already been judging us. Everybody saw how we fall. Now watch how Esau fall. And if people don't believe him through anguish, you know what I'm saying? And then you got this right here, right? Now Moses, he understands. Moses still telling like, hey, I ain't gonna stop this until we get out of here. And then I raise my hand to the Lord where he can stop that for you. He ain't finna get tricked. Like, we about to get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? All this stuff is happening. It's instead I mean, all the stuff is happening around him beside the land of Goshen. That's it. Letting them know who the Most High people is. But he's hardened his heart. He's not able to see this thing because his heart is hardened. Why? When I tell what I be telling you, when your heart is when you're mad,
You can't think.
exactly. You can't think.
You're just mad.
You're just mad. You can't think when you're mad, man. Your heart is hardened, and that's what you don't want to be. You don't want to be so mad that your heart is hardened and you're not able to think. And you got to have compassion on certain brothers that when they that mad, you got to be in the spirit, man. Not letting that ruin your spirit. Moses was doing good at it. He was not letting, even though he had the spirit of unconfidence, like we do today still. We all in a certain way have a lack of faith somewhere.
Yeah.
We all do. We all have a lack of faith somewhere. But it gets stronger through fasting and prayer.
Yeah.
It gets stronger through more you
reading
learn.
to the Bible.
Yeah, and finding out things and being more comfortable. It's just that you don't want to be confounded with nobody. People always coming against the Bible.
Yeah.
So we try to learn as much as we can so people won't try to confound us. What's up? Oh, okay. So, and that's the thing. A lot of people don't want to be confounded when they think of the Bible. Man, so many people come up against, man, fuck that. But
They don't want
I
to
got
be
no
proven
time.
wrong. That's what I have noticed. How they don't want to be proven wrong, especially if they're older. They think they know a lot,
Yeah.
but they in reality they don't. They just don't want to be proven wrong, especially for someone who's younger than them.
Are we done? We're done with the chapters now.
EZEKIEL now?
We're going to Ezekiel chapter 28, verse 25 to chapter 29 to 21. But yeah, man, they don't want to be proven wrong, bro. That's all it is. But hey, man, these Exodus is a good book, especially based off of what's going on right now and what's going to happen. All that stuff. What's going to happen is in Exodus, man. We about to make an Exodus. We're going to get up out of here. I want to get up out this place.
Ezekiel, what chapter at?
28.
28. All right. And
Verse 25.
I hate this place. I really do.
yeah, same here. I hate how they do our people dirty, man.
Yeah, man. This kingdom, bro. I don't want to work like this ever again.
All right.
I don't want to work like this ever again. I'd rather be teaching people. This right here, this is what I'd rather do. I wish I can get paid billions and millions of dollars to teach this.
One time training for me, man.
Hey, do what you gonna do, buddy?
I do, man.
I like this. I like this.
I
right
read,
here.
of course, no doubt. Of course, read, but if anything more than training, that's it. Just learn, you know, and just keep, you know, doing what I love to do, man, as much as I can.
Hey, that's what's up. And at the same time,
And the more I learn, then later on I could teach.
that's it, man. You won't even fall asleep.
All right, so this is the book of Ezekiel. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 28, verse 25.
Huh.
Thus saith the Lord God, when I shall have gathered the house of Israel, for the people among them, among whom they are scattered, and shall be sanctified in them in the sight of the heathens, then shall they dwell in their land that I have given to my servant Jacob.
How can you tell if a certain body is sanctified in the Lord? Let me read this real quick. Thus saith the Lord, this is Ezekiel chapter 28, verse 25. Thus saith the Lord God, when I shall have gathered the house of Israel from the people among whom they are scattered, and shall be sanctified in them. How can you tell? Zanakaria, officer. Zanakaria. Okay, how can you tell someone is? How can you tell when the Most High is sanctified in somebody?
Their wisdom. Too much wisdom there.
Can you see the spirit on them?
Yeah.
And what's the spirit you'll see on them?
Fringes. You know, the way they carry themselves.
Okay.
They're prideful enough.
They're humble.
What's up?
And they're humble.
Right. And what else?
They're keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, and pretty much. You see it also with Tanakh said wisdom. You see how much wisdom they have and how much they know. And you're like, whoa.
This is a wise and understanding people.
Yeah, just like Solomon.
Find that. They will say this is a wise and understanding people. Go ahead. You raise your hand.
He's already said.
Oh, okay. What else? What about through the women? How would their conversations be?
Chat.
Chast, what do you mean by chast? Can you explain that, chast?
File.
Undefiled? What do you mean by
Modest.
undefiled? Okay, what do you mean by modest?
Pure.
And what's pure?
Oh, I would say I don't know what word I want to use, but not unclean, not I don't know what word it's for. I can't understand people.
Well, chast is just understanding where their conversation should be. You know what I'm saying? Coupled with fear, daring to disrespect, daring to, talk about their husband a certain way, dare to be diving into different type of conversations that they need not to be in. Like, okay, cool. For one, all right, give me a second. For one, none of your friends should be talking to you about finding you another husband. No. The only way they should be talking, the only way they can talk to you about that is if you be telling your problems to them. Your conversation be chaste, because the only way you can be talking about your relationship with somebody else is if your husband agrees to you to do that. But that means your conversation is not chaste, and it's not coupled with fear. And a lot of women do that in Israel. They get on the internet and they telling their whole damn life story about everything.
For real.
One old girl caught STD about her head, right? She's telling everybody. Now she's contradicting the New Testament. Why? Because the New Testament says she has to listen to her man no matter what. Because the Old Testament doesn't directly say that. It doesn't directly say that, but it says you are the flesh of thy flesh. If you're the flesh of my flesh, that means I own you, I belong to you. So Paul and them is just telling you plainly what it says. That's it. Because if you're the flesh of my flesh, that means your flesh belongs to my flesh. Your bones belong to my bones. So if your bones belong to my bones, okay, I want my bones to do something specific for me. All right, do this, bones, flesh, do that. Do this. This is how I want you to talk, flesh. Okay? This is how I want you to talk to me so it feels so much better. That's the way my flesh talks to me. That's the way my flesh treats me. If I was to rule over any flesh, this is how I want my flesh to be. Chaste. The Most High chastens who he loves. So if the Most High chastens, you must be chaste. You must understand that you to be obedient. Right? Chaste. Locked in. Paying attention to your head. Locked in. If a woman is not locked in, she's unloosed. So if she's unloosed, she's not a part of his flesh no more. He now has to cut off the finger, pluck out the eye, then the whole body to be cast into hell now. Didn't put her away. He just cut her off for a time until she get her shit together. That's it. And you don't want that to happen, because then you start to drift off into the world, and people start seeing you drift off, and people start coming at you, because it's rather you come to an agreement for a time to come back together so Satan does not tempt you now. You don't want Satan to start tempting you, because then you start going crazy. A woman is the weaker vessel. She's not built like that. She's only built to be around her head. If she's not around her father, she's around her husband. She's not built like that. She's going to go crazy. So what she needs to do, she needs to stay chaste in the spirit. She needs to stay chaste in conversation. She needs to stay chaste in solitary. Everybody should know how to be solitary. And if you don't know how to be solitary, hey, that's because before you got into the truth, you had a different understanding and you're not listening as a woman or as a man. You're not chastening the spirit, brother. You're not chastening the spirit, sister. You need to get hold of it. So what brothers got to do these days? Even the brothers need to shut their bitch ass up. Excuse me, hey, they do. Brothers got to shut their bitch ass up. Brothers act like bitches too these days. They're acting just like their mama.
Well, they were raised by a single mother too.
Yeah.
Oh, should I? All right.
You need to stay chaste, officer. You need to stay chaste.
Found it.
I agree.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4, verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding.
Go precept up, Baba Kusha.
Okay. Verse 5. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4, verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my God commanded me,
Mm-hmm.
that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it.
And Wichita, Kansas. All right. Go ahead.
Verse 6. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely.
Should hear all these standards and principles. These are principles and standards. They're going to hear all these standards. These women going to be looking at her like, girl, why you covered up like that? Because my head told me so. Girl, you listen to him? Hell yeah. What if he told you to do a backflip? Would you do it? I would do a triple backflip for that motherfucker. Okay? Statutes, because you have a certain standard, a principle you stick to. And they're going to hear them read.
And say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding
Hey,
people.
this is a wise ass woman. This is a wise woman. And look at her. She look nice. That brother got her nice. You know what I'm saying? Modest dresses and everything else. She looks sharp.
And in today's world, you see a lot of brothers be hating on their homies having a good girl. Like, damn, man, your girl's like,
I want her.
This, that, this, and that. And that's when they do you dirty and they try to go behind you, or they wait till you mess up so they could jump in.
Mm-hmm. And she turned to a goddamn dragon.
Yep.
You know why? Because that man she had was the only one for her to get her to do those things. He can't do it. He thought that she did that herself. No, she was just being how he wanted her to be. That's all it was. But he don't know how to do it. That's it. Hey, man. Brother on point these days. You know what I'm saying? Hey, hallelujah. All praises to the Most High.
All
Now,
praises.
let's go.
All right. Start from the beginning, from 25.
But you going to answer that?
Can you ask the question again? I was looking up something.
Okay. Okay. Let's go.
All right. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 28, verse 25.
Mm-hmm.
Thus saith the Lord God, when I have shot Salah. Thus saith the Lord God, when I shall have gathered the house of Israel from the people among whom they are scattered, and shall be sanctified in them in the sight of the heathens, then shall they dwell in their land that I have given to my servant Jacob, and they shall dwell safely therein, and shall build houses and plant vineyards. Yea, they shall dwell with confidence when I have executed judgment upon all those that despise them round about them, and they shall know that I am the Lord their God.
Now we're about to go into 29. Go ahead and read.
Chapter 29, verse 1. In the 10th year, in the 10th month, and the 12th day of the month, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and prophesy against him and against all Egypt. Speak and say, Thus saith the Lord God, Behold, I am against thee, Pharaoh, king of Egypt, the great dragon that lieth in the midst of his rivers, which had said, My river is my own, and I have made it for myself. But I will put hooks in thy, how do you say that word?
And that calls.
And thy call. Oh,
This is not Meshach and Russia. This is actually Babylon.
Okay.
Go ahead.
But I will put hooks in thy calls, and I will cause thy fish and thy rivers to stick unto thy scales, and will bring thee up out of the midst of the river, and all the fish of thy river shall stick unto thy scales, and I will leave thee thrown into the wilderness, thee and all the fish of thy rivers. Thou shalt fall upon the open fields. Thou shalt not be brought together, nor gathered. I have given thee for meat to the beasts of the field, and to the fowls of the heaven. And all the inhabitants of Egypt shall know that I am the Lord, because they have been a staff of reed to the house of Israel.
Mhm.
When they took hold of thee by thy hand, thou didst break and rent all their shoulder. And when they
Lean.
upon thee, thou breakest and madest all their loins to be at a stand.
Mhm.
Therefore, thus saith the Lord God, Behold, I will bring a sword upon thee, and cut off man and beast out of thee. And the land of Egypt shall be desolate and waste, and they shall know that I am the Lord, because he has said, The river is mine, and I have made it. Verse 10 Behold, therefore, I am against thee, and against thy river, and I will make the land of Egypt utterly waste and desolate. For the Torah of the Syene, verse 10. Syene.
Sain.
Sain, okay, I'll read it from the top. Behold, therefore, I am against thee, and against thy river, and I will make the land of Egypt utterly waste and desolate, from the Torah of the Sain, even unto the border of the Ethiopian. No foot of man shall pass through it, nor foot of beast shall pass through it, neither shall it be inhabited 40 years. And I will make the land of Egypt desolate in the midst of the country that are desolate, and her city amongst the city that are laid waste shall be desolate 40 years. And I will scatter the Egyptians among the nations, and will disperse them throughout the country.
All right, so stop right there. So when you look into 29 and verse 4, but I will put hooks into thy jaws, and I will cause the fish of thy rivers to stick unto thy scales, and I will bring thee up out of the midst of thy rivers, and all the fish of thy rivers shall stick unto thy scales. It's talking about the nations. This is talking about the nations that are surrounded us. When he pulls out of that river, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna be sticking unto our scales. They're gonna still be beside us, because the Most High always left these other nations around us to test us. He always left them around us to test us. All right. So Zanak, start at 12.
Ezekiel?
Mm-hmm. Ezekiel 29 and 12. Start there.
I was reading something. This is Ezekiel chapter 29 and verse 12. I will make the land of Egypt desolate in the midst of the countries that are desolate, and her cities among the cities that are laid waste shall be desolate 40 years. And I will scatter the Egyptians among the nations, and I will disperse them through the countries. Yet, thus saith the Lord God, at the end of 40 years will I gather the Egyptians from the people, whether they were scattered, and I will bring again the captivity of Egypt, and will cause them to return into the land of the Pathros, into the land of their habitation, and they shall be there a base kingdom. It shall be the basest of the kingdoms, neither shall it exalt itself any more above the nations, for all I will diminish them.
Who's this talking about now? Esau. Right. Let's go.
Diminish them, and they shall no more rule over the nations. And it shall be no more the confidence of the house of Israel, which bringeth their iniquity to remembrance, when they shall look after them. But they shall know that I am the Lord God. And it came to pass in the 27th year, in the first month, in the first day of the month, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, Nebuchadnezzar king of Babylon, caused his army to serve a great service against Tyrus. Every head was made bald, and every shoulder was peeled. Yet had he no wages, nor his army, the Tyrus, for the service that he had served against it. Therefore, thus saith the Lord God, Behold, I will give the land of Egypt unto Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, and he shall take her multitude, and take her spoil, and take her prey, and it shall be the wages for his army. I have given him the land of Egypt for his labor wherewith he served against it, because they wrought for me, saith the Lord God. And in that day will I cause the horn of the house of Israel to bud forth, and I will give thee the opening of the mouth in the midst of them, and they shall know that I am the Lord.
Okay. Was that it?
Yes.
So this is just the nation of Babylon, right here. The Most High is about to get a land into the land of Egypt to the Babylonians. So that's what's about to pop off here. But it was just symbolic to America at the same time. All right. Hey. So we're about to go to Luke, the book of St. Luke, chapter 11 and verse 14. Turn there, and we'll end off into the gospel, and then we'll end off in prayer.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Luke chapter 11, verse 14.
Right.
And he was casting out a devil, and it was dumb. And it came to pass, when the devil was gone out, the dumb spake, and the people wondered. But some of them said, He casteth out devils through Beelzebub, the chief of the devils. And others tempting him saw of him a sign from heaven. And he, knowing their thoughts, said unto them, Every kingdom divided against himself is brought to desolation, and a house divided against a house falleth.
So
And
check this out real quick. Remember, Exodus, Ezekiel, and then we have St. Luke. All this stuff is symbolic right now to Exodus and to America right now. All this is prophecy. So if he cast out devils in the name of Beelzebub, who is Beelzebub?
The calf.
Huh?
Chief, like the chief devil, like the calf to God that they serve.
Hashatan.
Yeah.
He cast out devils through Beelzebub. Hashatan. So now we're about to get into a more deeper, understanding right here. So go ahead and read that.
Verse 18. If Satan also be divided against himself, how shall his kingdom stand? Because ye say that I cast out devils through Beelzebub. And if I be Beelzebub, cast out devils, by whom do your sons cast them out?
And who do they think we casted these people out? Who do they think we keep rebuking these people out in the church's callers? Satan.
Therefore shall they be your judges. But if I with the finger of God cast out devils, no doubt the kingdom of God is come upon you.
So if we cast out devils through Beelzebub, what more their children? What are they doing? They're doing the same damn thing. But only we not, read.
When a strong man armed keepeth his place, it's like his palace, his goods are in his peace. But when a stronger than he shall come upon him and overcome him, he shall take from him all his armor, wherein he trusted, and divideth his spoils. It's to 22.
It's like I was into it. That's all. And I forgot. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? If Satan cast out Satan, how can he stand strong, right? So he said, if Satan also be divided against himself, in verse 18, if Satan also be divided against himself, how shall his kingdom stand? How shall his kingdom stand? They over there tearing that capital up. Oh, man. If the adversary be against the adversary, that's what Satan means, adversary, enemy. If the enemy be against the enemy, and that's how the white man's been ever since the Roman Empire. The white man has always been against himself. No other empire has ever been against himself beside the white man. Egyptians has never been against himself. They were always together. The white man is the first of his kind. They always are against each other because they're power crazy, right? Because they're the chief hunters, right? So they're basically seeing who are the best hunters. That's how they are. Always, because they're hunters. Let's see who's the best hunter. They're always against each other to see who's the best. That's how they're very competitive. Esau is a competitive person. That's how he got all these bombs and what's up? That's why he got all these bombs and all these missiles and everything else, Russia and everything else. Like they'll go for a period of time and it'd be silence, but it'd be another white person over here. They're the chief hunters. They want to come over here and challenge them. I want to be the best now. That's what they do. They challenge each other. Right? Verse 18. If Satan also be divided against himself, how shall his kingdom stand? Because ye say that I cast out devils through Beelzebub. Right? And we cast these devils out all the time, man. Just the lies they tell. Devil means liar and deceiver. So once they start coming in the spirit of a liar and a deceiver, they're just coming in the spirit of a devil. You know, Satan's chief people. And all we do is casting down their strongholds and their lies, and we just cast them down. Boom, boom, all the time. We casting them down all the time. Boom, boom. That's what we're doing all the time. So with that, man, we will end off in prayers, and then we'll end up for the night. All right? So, Amadi and Pani Rushlam.
Everyone keeps telling me, damn it. And I tell him, this is where I cut him. How do you know he looks like that? Yeah, he stay quiet. He stay quiet.
Yeah, how do you know he looks like that?
I'm like, how do you know he looks like that?
Man, they're basically telling you look like a white boy.
Right? That's what I'm like. You don't look like that.
All right, so now, it's going backwards, so now it's right there. You know, you got the
It's all in order.
got the Shemai. We haven't did.
It's all in order.
Okay, go.
Here you go.
All right, this is the Ayanawa. It is our duty to praise the master of all, to ascribe greatness to the author of creation, who has not made us like the nations of the lands, nor placed us like the families of the earth, who has not made our portion like theirs, nor our destiny like all their multitudes, for they worship vanity and emptiness, and pray to a God who cannot save. But we bow. In worship and thank the Supreme King of Kings, the Holy One. Blessed be He who extends the heavens and establishes the earth, whose throne of glory is in the heavens above, and whose power's presence is in the highest of heights. He is our God, there is no other. Truly, He is our King. There is none else, as it is written in the Torah. Ye shall know and take to heart this day that Yahweh is Elohim in the heavens above and on earth below. There is no other. Hallelujah.
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 Bahashem.
Bahashem.
Yahushai.
Yahushai.
Hamashiach.
Hamashiach.
Amen.
Amen.
Shema Yahshua Yahweh 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 Shema Yahshua Yahweh Yahweh Shema Yahshua Yahweh Yahweh Shema Yahshua Yahweh Elohim Yahweh Echad.
There is no Lord God but one.
Khan.
You got this. The Ten Commandments: love and love thy neighbor, love Yahweh. Anya.
Anya
Anya.
Anya
Yahweh.
Yahweh
Lahayika.
Alahayaka
Asherah.
Asherah
Awatazah.
Awatazah
Atika.
Atika
Baratazah.
Baratazah
Baratazayim.
Baratazayim
Babatiyim.
Abatiyam
La'ah.
La'ah
Yahaya.
Yahaya
Laka.
Laka
Alahayim.
Alahaya
Lakari.
Lakari
Apanya.
Apanya
La'ah.
Ra'ah
Ta'asha.
Ta'asha
La'ah.
La'ah
Ta'asha.
Ta'asha
Laka.
Laka
Pasol.
Pasol
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah
Ta'ibadam.
Ta'ibadam
La'ah.
La'ah
Korka.
Korka
Akshem.
Akshem
Yahweh.
Yahweh
Bashawa.
Bashawa
Zakar.
Zakar.
Hayuwam.
Hayawam
Hashabat.
Hashabat
Lakadashwa.
Lakadashka
Kabad.
Kabad
Abaka.
Abaka
Wa.
Wa
Amaka.
Amaka
La'ah.
La'ah
Daratazak.
Daratazah
La'ah.
La'ah
Dina'ah.
Tana'ah
La'ah.
La'ah
Daganah.
Agamad
La'ah.
La'ah
Dina'ah.
Tana'ah
Shakor.
Shakor
La'ah.
La'ah
Lakamad.
Lakamad
Call.
Akal
Asherah.
Asherah
Ara'aika.
La'araika
First greatest commandments. Hear Israel, Yahweh, God, Yahweh is one. Not to love Yahweh like God, with all our heart, with all our soul, with all our might. Second greatest commandments. Ra'aika la'ata koma la'ata Torah ban ya'aika wa'awata la'ra'aika kama ukama Yahweh. Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people. Thou shalt love thy neighbor thyself. I'm Yahweh. This is Dark One, Hasha'ah, memorial of the woman. Now when Yahweh was in Bethany, in the house of Simon the leper, there came unto him a woman having an alabaster box of very precious ointment, and poured it on his head as he sat at meat. But when the disciples saw it, they had indignation, saying, to what purpose is this waste? For the ointment might have been sold for 300 pence, 1 year's wages, and given to the poor. And Yahweh understood, he said unto them, why trouble ye the woman? For she hath wrought a good work upon me. For ye the poor is with you, but ye have not always. For in that she hath poured this ointment on my body, she did it for my burial. Verily I say to you, whosoever this gospel shall be preached in the whole world, there shall also this, that this woman hath done, be told for memorial of her. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah
Hashem.
Bahashem
Shai.
Yahushai
Mashiach.
Hamashiach
Amen.
Amen. The water for y'all, our two faithful listeners. Hey, the Most High gonna be over y'all. All right. And with that, y'all Bashim Yashar Braka.